Hello everybody, welcome. Welcome to Koyasan. This is the Okunoin Cemetery. This is a very famous cemetery where Kobo Daishi, the founder of Shingon Buddhism, mausoleum is about 1.82 kilometers this way towards the main cemetery. I just walked from there. They didn't have a signal, so I wasn't able to live stream anything from the main part of the cemetery. This is what they call the Omotesando, or the main main path that goes there. And as you can see, it's very well made, very even blocks, which is rare when you go to really old, ancient Japanese sites like this. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the entrance of the cemetery from the town where a lot of the Shukubo, or Buddhist lodgings are, and give you a feel of what it's like. But I think that you should discover this perhaps more on your own. You can see there's buses going by, there's a road by. This is pretty much the entrance from the town that most people stay in. You feel enlightened here. It's just so relaxing to be among all this green, all these trees, and these massive cedar trees. Some of them go up, seems like endlessly to the sky. Uh-oh.
So lucky.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine.
Oh,
I'm so lucky. You know, like I commented on your video a couple of times. I wanna meet you. I'm living in Osaka. Whenever you're coming, please like let me know.
and here you are in Koya.
I'm feeling. I mean, I really like. I'm like watching your videos since so long.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And it's like now it became like such an awesome trip for me.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, I have also like YouTube channel.
Okay,
So I make some videos sometimes, and I'm like always watching you.
and you're walking all the way to
Yeah,
to the end of the cemetery.
yeah.
You know it's quite far.
Yeah, actually, like I don't have any idea, but I just wanna go. So I
Okay.
don't have like special plan. I'm just moving. I have
Just
like,
walking.
Yeah, I have like all stuff inside my backpack. Like
I think
can
it's gonna
stay.
rain too.
Yeah, so I can like stay wherever I am. I don't really care.
You don't really care. That's the best way. Just do it. Just
Yeah.
go and do it.
What is the plan?
I'm just showing people around the town right now a little bit of the Okunoin Cemetery. This is just the entrance. There's no signal over there to live stream, and then walk over into the town. Look at some of the Shukubo, and we gotta go back to Tokyo. know.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
very cool. What's your name?
my name is Paul.
Paul.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel called Paul Blocks.
Okay, Paul Blocks. Check that out, everybody. I might have some You Found Me cards. If I do, it's deep in here. I do. Here you go.
Yeah, thank you so much. And look at this.
All right.
Look at this.
How
Finally
you
I
doing,
found him.
everybody?
Yeah, I was watching his video for a long time, you know, and like coming here, like I was thinking that because it's rainy, so I was thinking like I will change my plan a little bit. I will go to somewhere else, but someone like told me that even it's raining, it's awesome vibe. Still you have it here.
This should be really beautiful in the rain.
Yeah, and thank you so much. I'm really glad to meet you.
You're welcome. Have a good trip.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Be safe, man.
May I take a picture with you?
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure. All right.
Yeah, like if you ever come to Osaka, is it possible like to meet with you next time? Like
Maybe. You never know. Just keep giving me a call. Usually I'm quite busy, but
so.
Instagram, Patreon, Facebook.
Okay.
Just give me a try.
Okay.
See you later. Thanks, Paul.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, that's nice. He's got a very heavy backpack. That's a really far walk, too. All right, so this area is, I thought when I was just standing at the entrance of it, it's so impressive. So I'm gonna walk about 10, 15 meters, or about, I don't know, 30, 40 feet from here. And I'm gonna show you all these massive cedar trees, and just the stone, the colors of the stone in the trees are almost almost the same, but it's the moss and that greenness with the gray, I think, that really stands out. So let's turn this around here to the other side. It seriously is, it's supposed to rain today, so I do hope that Paul stays dry. And it is actually, for a summer day, we're at elevation, it is kind of chilly. Now I'm turning the camera around. This is the entrance to Okunoin Cemetery's Omotesando, and you can see it's just a stunning view, isn't it? With the stone and the massive cedar trees. This one on here, I don't know, maybe got hit by lightning. I'm not sure what the story is, but it's got a metal top to it, which is pretty neat. No, I didn't bring an umbrella. And I'm not as far away from my home, but it is a little chilly and there's some wind coming in here. Yeah, I don't think anyone is going to be going to the to that island to do any filming for a while. Tsushima is in between Nagasaki and Kyoto. Sorry, Nagasaki and Korea. The island has ferries, but I'm pretty sure none of the islanders want to be hanging out with you during a pandemic. I'm just saying. I was checking out to see if I could go there, and it's yeah, it's very limited because of the pandemic. Going to any island right now, they just don't want anybody. If they don't have it, they don't want you to bring it. You know what I mean? All right, so this is the town here. We're gonna kind of leave the cemetery, walk into where some of the Shukubo are. Many of them are. And Shukubo, I'll be talking to you a little bit about that, as I've now experienced one. A really nice one too. Hey Shane, welcome. Shane, I dedicate this view of trickling water to you. And Mary, thanks for being an insider. Welcome. All right, let's get moving. Let's say goodbye to the cemetery. It's really a beautiful bridge and area. Let me show you the map. And maybe for about 20 minutes, I'm going to take you into town before the rain starts coming down. I can smell the rain now. Loads and loads of hiking opportunities. Bring your shoes if you do come here. And loads of fresh air. This is where we are right now. Ichinohashi Bridge. Okunoin, which is the main cemetery. This is an important cemetery because this is where Kobo Daishi is. But Irvan, more PETA masks, you got it. I'll try different colors next time. This will take you in about 1.82 kilometers towards the main part of the cemetery where Kobo Daishi, who is the founder of the Buddhism sect here, Shingon, I believe it's called, founded in the year 816 from Kukai, who Kobo Daishi's name was Kukai. He became Kobo Daishi after he had passed away, and is in a mausoleum over there. You can pay your respects. But if you watch, we're going to be walking down this street in this live stream, and I'm going to be going past all of these temples. Many of them are Shukubo, which are temple lodgings. This is the main Kongobuji, which is the main temple. And I met with one of the head monks yesterday to talk about anything that I can do to help with an episode. And that was really a good meeting that we had. For about an hour, we talked about things that we could do. And I stayed last night at Joki-in, which is right here. And this is where we had a prayer for our community said, thanks to the contributions of all of your super chats. It's pretty awesome. You can see that in the playback. So we're gonna walk this main street now. Let's get to it. From here to here. And there's a lot of things to see in the middle, including these phone booths in the shape of temples. It's just a really cool place to come. That's Koya-san right there. Uh-oh, tourists. Let's get moving. Can you also smell the rain? you'll see like a really interesting contrast of new temples and old temples. This one looks like it's been either renewed or something, but it's a really interesting one. And a lot of these temples are right next to one another. Many of them have signs in English to let you know what they're called. Because there's so many of them, it's very easy to get, I don't know, temple fused, just another word for confused. Like, which way do you go? Which way do you go? It's hard. But if we compare this to an experience, and this is why I've been telling people, if you're coming to Japan, you have to stop and get away from the cities and spend more of your time out in the countryside and see scenes like this. You know, this is what I think many of you are looking for Japan, and you just don't know where to go. Maybe Koyasan is one of the great places that's pretty close to Kansai, and another reason to fly into Kansai airport instead of Narita or Haneda in Tokyo. KIX is what people call it, Kansai International Airport. KIX is the international code for it. Oh, I just felt a raindrop. All right. I think we're gonna be okay. It's about a 15-minute walk. Whoa, up there in the mountains, do you see this? So you could just walk around. The more you walk around Koyasan, the more you start discovering things. The further you get away from this, which is the main area, this is where we're walking. The further you get away, the more you start to discover things and get away from other tourists. But at this time, Japan just started a go travel campaign, and I'm not part of that. I'm not I'm not interested in traveling for tourism. This is what I do for a living. Okay, here's the name of this temple here. Joshin-in. Joshin-in. So a lot of the temples will have English in Roman letters so that tourists can also understand. Again, the reason why they have Shukubo, which are temple lodgings, is for mostly pilgrims. Here's another one. You can see the temple. Temples usually have signs in English as well. Seki Shoin. I think that's another Shukubo. You can stay there. So you'll find these signs everywhere too by the Koyasan, Koya Tourism Association about how to prevent the spread of it, and we're being extra careful. Wear your mask, wash your hands, gargle. I don't know about the gargling, but I've been gargling anyway. Koyasan, name of the temple. This is pretty quiet compared to... I saw a cat. Compared to... Think about it, this is summer, peak travel season. Usually these streets are quite crowded with people. Now we don't have many at all. Welcome to Paul, new traveler, and King Wong's in the house. I think I'm gonna have to stop at that vending machine. Thanks, King. I could use a drink. Let's cross the street here in a second. They also have lots of different kinds of snacks and things. Let's see. That looks really good. parfait. Try to support some of the local businesses. That looks comfortable. Look at this. It's kind of like a djembe. Some traditional looking clothing. Maybe this is monk wear. I could wear that. You can see there's a lot of traditional shops. That's where the parfait is. This is why I like to come to the countryside. I mean, you can see this in some places in Tokyo. It's just not the same because it's not surrounded by all the green and the trees, and there's this peacefulness in the air, wafting sense of incense. All right, King. What we got here? The usual suspects. This one looks interesting. The Otona no Peach. I'm not sure. A little vitamin C. Oh, the wind is coming. All right, you know what? I'm gonna book. I want to show you stuff before the rain comes down. It's a beautiful little scene. No clear lattes, nothing at the vending machine. I was kind of uninspired. Everywhere you're gonna see Koyakun. Do you see Koyakun? He's the Yurakyara or mascot of Koyasan. By the way, if you were seeing the chant this morning, I gave them a really nice donation, 10,000 yen to give us a prayer, and they gave us a really nice prayer at the morning chant. They said only in Japan community in their chant, which was awesome. They said my name because I had to give them my address in Tokyo. And we wish the entire world and our community good health and safety during the pandemic. So the chant was pretty amazing. I just like just walking around. The thing with the path here though is that there's a lot of cars. And there's Kobo Daishi, the founder of Shingon sect. You can see Kobo Daishi, usually statues of him everywhere. You can tell it's him because he looks like that in all the statues. So pay your respects to the founder. And and Kukai, Kobo Daishi Kukai. So his name was Kukai, and then he was, after his death, given the name Kobo Daishi. He really put together an amazing place here. It's impressive just to walk the streets and see 1,200 years after Kobo Daishi, this town is still flourishing. And that is impressive. So much so that if you walk around the cemetery, you'll see that, and there's Koyakun again. You'll see that a lot of major corporations have given money to this town because of its importance in Buddhism. And you can see that in the cemetery. It's quite amazing the company names that you'll see who have built something in the cemetery. All right, once we get around this corner, we'll say goodbye to the cars a little bit more. That's kind of neat. Hey, Jake's here. I have a question about the Buddhist and maybe Shinto custom of cleansing both hands and the mouth. Has that changed? Yes. All of them have been shut down, Jake. You can't find the hand washing or the gargling. The water has been turned off and it's emptied. So instead, you'll find that sometimes you'll see alcohol pumps instead. If you're tracking where I am, I'm at Joki-in. They have alcohol pumps instead. See? So before you enter, they ask you to maybe wash your hands with something stronger. Holy Purell. I guess that's one way to say it, Leo. Well said. I guess that's one way to look at it. But in order to stop the spread, they've they've taken countermeasures. Jimmy writes in here, stay hydrated. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a cold one in route here. Tom Servo writes in here, I hiked the Choishi Michi Pilgrim Trail up to Koyasan last year and stayed in a Shukubo was the highlight of my trip. Hi from Vancouver. Awesome. Daniel writes in, hi John, first time watching stream virtually with non-Creative 11 GF. Wishing you the best of luck with the new channel. Thank you. It's going pretty well, Daniel. Non-Creative 11, thank you. The BF, oh, GF and BF, now I got it, are contributed to the snack fund. You got it. And then, of course, the Irvan Shane back and forth continued at the start of it. I saw you guys there. Look at that, that's beautiful. Juan from West Covina is watching too. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Here's a little stand selling some, I think something made of potatoes. Maybe we'll go in for a closer look. Yaki mochi. I can get behind that. I can get behind some yaki mochi. What do you guys think? If you want some yaki mochi, click the like button. We should get to 500 likes if you want to get some yaki mochi. It's up to you now. It's up to the people. If you want yaki mochi, click like right now. Oh, this is so weak. What says yaki mochi? Sounds yucky. Are you crazy? Someone said yaki mochi is yucky? What? All right, let's go check it out. Yaki mochi. Konnichiwa. Oh, yaki mochi desu ka? Oh, ikura desu ka?
120円です。
あ、お願いします。
白いお餅とよもぎのお餅とございます。
お、これ焼きたて？
全部焼きたてです。
あ、そうですか。
冷ましてから食べるもの。
あ、なるほど。
はい。
あ、じゃあ、すすめは多分よもぎ、白かな。
よもぎお好きでしたらよもぎの方が風味があるので。
あ、じゃあよもぎお願いします。
120円です。
はい。
よもぎの焼き終わってふくらいでしてるので。
あ、はい、ありがとうございます。
明日までのお日持ちです。
おう。
日本語上手ね。
とんでもない、とんでもない。あ、ごめんなさい、500円。
500円で。こちらの出身は
アメリカ。日本に住んでます。
家族がみんなそこに住んでます。結婚して。
あ、そうですか。
はい。私たちはハワイに毎年行くんですけど。
あ、そう。今年大変ですね。そうね。私はアメリカに戻れないかもしれない。ありがとうございます。All right, so we got some yaki mochi. We get yomogi, which is a kind of a special grass that has an amazing taste to it that makes it green. Many people think that yomogi is like a matcha taste, but it's actually yomogi taste, which is oh, I forget what a yomogi is. Hold on, I think we can cross quickly. Yomogi, what is that? Something weed, I forget. It's quite good. I would live in a smaller town. Mugwort, yeah. Mugwort, thanks guys. I appreciate it. You can see the influence of Buddhism in many different forms. That looks more like the Thai version. And Japan has it here as well. And you can see a shout out to the pilgrims. Many of them dress like this when they walk around Shikoku. They have the hat on to shield them from the sun, and many of them will hike for 3 months to circle all of Shikoku. All right, let's give this a try. This is a yomogi. Yomogi Yaki mochi, and he was grilling these. And I asked him, "Can I get one that's yakitate, like just off of the oven?" She goes, "They're all yakitate. We made them today." And I said, "Well, we got to eat them all today too." Before I go back, if they're good, I'm gonna get some more, and it's probably I'll get some for Kanai before I go back to Tokyo. Oh man, it's chewy like mochi. It's got some red bean paste, slight, I think it's rice flour, and then inside it's got that very moist, chewy, and this really light sweetness to it. A slight sweet bitterness, which is the yomogi. Really nice, so soft. Mm. Mm. Yes, that was homemade, made with love. Now I will have to take some back for Kanai. Now, to get around, you have to take Nankai. You can do it directly from Kansai Airport, or you can go take it from Namba, which is very close to Dotonbori in the center of Osaka. Nankai is the only train line that runs here, because at the end of the chanting, the monk showed us a picture of Matsumoto-san, who is, I believe, the founder of Nankai Railroad, which is one of the people who opened up, a key person for the success of Koyasan today. So we can say thank you to him for allowing us to have access to this town. And I was talking with Ruth, and these signs are in English, so you can find it as a Shukubo if this is your Shukubo. Wow, that's so old looking. Very old. Because of the go-to campaign, the go-to, and a lot of people are traveling. So there's a lot more people. When I was talking to Koyasan area people, and look at this nice little alley. In fact, let's get off the main street and go a little alley walking. There's a bell right there. Because of the campaign, a lot more here. It's not a lot, but there's a lot more than in the last few weeks because of the campaign. And it's mostly people in the area. I've been looking at the license plates, the number plates of people driving, many of them coming from Nara, Osaka, Wakayama, Hyogo area, the local areas. Jim, the sun is behind the clouds. So this small alley has taken me to a small street now. And we're in the back of Koyamachi, Koya town. The last time I was here, it was a very long time ago. And everything, it's like the first time again. What I love about the cemetery that I went to, and this is that everywhere there's this really pleasant moss. They respect moss here. I like that. Moss is it's nice. I used to have a friend named Jim Moss. Last name was Moss. He's a good guy. His hair looked like moss. He had a lot of hair. John Kimura's here. You got it. Kanai's gonna get a lot of mochi now. She can get a lot of mochi. Compliments of Mr. Kimura here. Hey, Urze! Hope things are back on track as soon as possible. Looks like a really beautiful place to stay and live. I think so too. I'd love to spend a month here. Look at the walkway to get to the door of that house. You have to walk across this little bridge. They're just pretty much shacks built over this waterway. Okay, let's keep going. So there are houses behind the temples, and I think it's possible that some of the monks, they might not all, I don't know, they might not all be living in the temple, right? All I know is that the wind is picking up, and I think that the rain is going to be starting soon. We've been pretty fortunate not to have the rain. Look at that. You just enter into this. I'm backing up here. You enter in, and you're greeted by this massive tree. That's awesome. My wife and I have been to Aizu Wakamatsu and Matsushima. This is the type of place we want to explore in the uncertain future. Absolutely, Koya-san has to be on your list. Koya-san has to be on your list because sorry the lag. It seems like we're in some congestion here. I'm gonna try to make my way out of it. You can see Koyakun is wearing a mask. So make sure you wear a mask too. If Koyakun can do it, you can too. He's cute. That is not Shojin Yori. That has Katsukare. All right, we're getting closer and closer to the center. There's some vending machines. We'll check that out to get that drink. Cross back over here. This looks like a little convenience store. I'm always afraid to go in there and cook because I don't want to worry anybody by going in there, you know. 7-Up, I don't see that a lot. I remember one day we were looking for Sprite for like 2-3 days. We couldn't find Sprite. Eventually we found it. What is this? 5 minutes coffee. What's the story behind that? Oh, this is hot soup. Spicy consomme soup. Spicy consomme soup. That sounds interesting. You know, I don't know. There's nothing that makes me go, hey, get that. There's yogurt water. It's yogurt and water. It's kind of nasty. Been there, done that. What's this that they're selling in here? It's like some kind of confection. All right, I think there's another shop up ahead. So if you are thinking about coming to Koya-san, consider this your introduction then. Just a quick overview. The bus stops it's good to make sure you know your bus stop. The bus stops intermediate, what's the word? Many times along the route here. So you can get off en route. But if you're taking the cable car to the top, you can only take the buses. So try not to bring too many suitcases too. The buses are not made to carry massive suitcases. That roof is pretty low. Intermittently. That's it. It's a good word. It's at Takano, the post office for Takano. So I guess this area might be called Takano. Ooh, chocolate sounds good. I've walked at least... Oh, look, I can wash my hands. I had mochi on my hands. I'm returning back to Tokyo tonight. So if we have walked from here, we started here, we've walked all the way to here. Very cool, huh? So we're moving pretty good. Hey, Marty's in, oh no, Marty. Love for Shane and Irvon. Only Marty would give a super chat for Shane and Irvon. Marty, you're funny. I'm happy to say though that Marty's box is on the way to Australia. Finally, I can get sea mail there. Koya-san approves. Koyakun. Lockers. Interesting. So I guess pilgrims need to keep their luggage locked up. Crime does happen. You'd think even in a place like this, you could leave your camera right in the middle of the street and nobody would take it, right? But that's not always the case. WX Turbo's back again. How you doing? Let's go just take a quick look-see in this direction, okay? I'm getting raindrops. The bus is packed. There's that Nankai bus I was telling you about. Irvon. No, look, there's a lot of love going on. Irvon's chat is for... What is this? Listen! What is that? Wow, we're like, it must be noon. The bus is revving to the beat. That was interesting. Did not expect that. It looks like there's some kind of VIP there. I was gonna walk this way, but now that looks like one of those really expensive Toyota cars. So I guess they've gone in there for a confection. I guess we can take a quick look. See, who is that? President of something somewhere? I saw police officers taking someone somewhere, but that's interesting. A lot of VIPs will come here to pay their respects to... Koyasan is a place of... I guess it's like the Vatican City in a way for Buddhism in Japan. This is a nice looking coffee shop too. It looks like it has some history. Look at that sign there. All right, let's keep on going. I don't know who that is. I'd love to drive that car though. I want to drive that car. Oh, that's funny. Toyota Century, yeah. Yeah, I better move on because I don't know who that is. That could be anybody. Anyways, moving on. This is central Koyasan, or central Koya town. And you can see there's a little bit more foot traffic than usual. People from the area have come. The restaurants are open. There's traffic. It's kind of stressful to have all these cars. When I left this morning to go on our walkabout, no cars at all. So let's pan to the right and enjoy the nice plant life. Rijo Simon writes in here, is rural Japan a pleasant place for non-white foreigners? Curious because would love to do this. Absolutely. As somebody who's kind of a latte colored, I'm kind of a latte, I'm fine. Color doesn't really play a part, and you know what? A lot of the people out in the countryside are latte. And is that a bad word? All I know, look, is people working out here are working in the farms. They all look like me, all right? So they probably look like you. And if you're asking me, then you've had some tough times, man. No, the countryside is fine. In fact, as long as you have a pleasant, you don't have a booming voice and you're quiet and you don't have a lot of hand gestures, nobody's ever going to be offended by you. Just smile. That's what I tell everybody. A latte, more like a Hokkaido milk. Me? Not in the summer. Maybe in the winter. Color is not, I've never found that to be too much of an issue. Sometimes stuff happens. It doesn't matter what country you're in. There's not that nice people in every country. All right. The one thing I tell people is if you do have a bad experience, that's not an example of the entire country, okay? That's an example of a really bad person. So they exist everywhere. Everybody has a different has a different upbringing. Everybody has a different lifestyle. Different parents that have taught them different things. I don't know. Just take it as it comes. I think I can go into the store and get something to eat or something to drink. Thunderbeard's here! Your videos make it easier to wait for the next trip. Could watch this all day. I hope you guys can make it here soon. It's kind of quiet too. Oh, that looks good. Oh, it's curry udon. Bring it, bring it. Oh, it's all cold coffee. I'm actually starting to get a little chilly. These have an interesting sub-name to it. Japan Craftsman. Craft coffee. I don't know. Hey, see, that's what I'm talking about. Look, I'm the same color as the cafe latte. I'm like a cafe latte, sort of. What do you think? Yeah. Actually, I'm more like a soaking bicha. You can go to the Japanese vending machines. Which color am I? I'm more of a cafe latte. This one here. You can see your color here. Should I go for this one then? This is the same color as me. We're bros. It's all good. All right, I think we should go inside and get a drink from the store, but I don't want to freak anybody out, you know. All right, let's go ahead and see if there's anything in here. Let's see here. Some interesting drinks here. There's Meiji, Mount Rainier coffee. That sounds good. Salty caramel. All right, I'm gonna go with this. Although that Wanda coffee, that guy looks pretty grumpy. Let's go with that one. Hi. Hi, ありがとうございます。All right. Something sweet. Say caramel, salty caramel. Salty caramel. That was good. Salty caramel. The shop owner's watching me drink too. All right. Let's get my mask back on here. There's lots of places where you could go shopping around this area. This is what I would call the center. You don't have to look at me. So what you would call the center here. There's lots of shops. This is me Omiyage shop. I guess we can have a quick look-see. This is Koyakun. Let's go take a quick look-see. Maybe we'll get something for Kanai in here. Looks like Koyasan potato pies. Oh, there's not a lot of selections. This is tofu. Whoa. It's like tofu boxes. Or a Koyakun towel. I could go for some of these. Nice. All right, not many things today. Whoa, these look so good. With mochi inside. Kusadango. Mugwort mochi. The sky has gotten so dark. So we're here in central Koyasan. Watermelon. Gotta go back for that. Whoa! This is an umeboshi shop. Check out the umeboshi. This is a sour plums. Pickled soured plum. Your grandmother would like this. Umeboshi. And here's pretty much the center. Joki-in, which is where I spent the night, is that place straight ahead. Some of the rooms have this view looking down the street. I think actually Ruth's room is the one right there on the corner. Very, very picturesque. And this being the center, if you turn to the right, it's all trees with a temple in there. And we're gonna walk in there to end this live stream. Ruthie went for a walkabout, but she left so early. When I woke up, she's gone right after breakfast. Right before breakfast. I saw her at breakfast and I didn't see her again. We're supposed to meet up at around 1:30. That's Koyasan University, I believe. Right over there. This would be an awesome place to study, wouldn't it? Yeah. There's the temple where I stayed for my Shukubo. And we're gonna walk across the street over here. Take a quick look-see. As these guys with lightsabers let us go.
渡りますか？
はい。
ちょっと待ってください。
はい。
ちょっと待ってね。
はい。
どうぞ。
はい、ありがとう。
はい、気をつけてね。
It's got a lightsaber. That's so cool. I want to get one of these lightsabers. Japan had them first. Where do you think George Lucas got the idea? He might not admit it. Came from Japanese. He's saying watarimasu ka? Are you crossing the street? Not wakarimasu ka, watarimasu ka. A little bit different. Almost clean enough to drink. Shane, Marty, and Irvan. 3 amigos. It's a good movie. Alright, I'm putting my, that coffee in there and closing my bag. Give me a second. Drone! I mean, gimbal! We're back. The three amigos unstabled the gimbal. Chelsea's been acting up lately too. All right, let's go inside. Follow this family. Just keep 2-3 meters away. Even though it's a Buddhist temple, I still never walk down the center. I don't know why. Kami-sama in Shinto shrines never walk down the center. Always walk to the left or the right. The center is reserved for Kami-sama. And if you do it, people will tell you, don't walk down the center. Also, people don't step on this too. They always step over it. They never step on it. Whoa, welcome to history. Check this out. This extended version is brought to you by the 3 amigos, Shane, Irvan, and Marty. Spanning 3 different continents, too. No, wait, US and Australia. US and Canada is 1 continent. Oh, it smells so good. I could smell the incense. It's so refreshing. The smell of walking around Koyasan with all of the temples and all the incense being burned. It is a wonderful, wonderful just to smell. But when you have a mask on, you only smell yourself, which is not ideal. But there's, inside of here, you can buy omamori and certain things. They help to support the temple. I always recommend that if you spend some time there, to buy something from the temple, like a little amulet or something to protect you, it's a nice gift to give to somebody else, or something to keep for yourself, especially if you're going to be traveling. Somebody once gave me a necklace of Saint Christopher for traveling. They have things like this, same kinds of amulets inside of temples and shrines that you can buy. Some are known for it as well. Like Sakai City near Osaka is known for bicycles. So for bicycle safety, you can get amulets that'll keep you safe for bicycle trips. Because Sakai City is famous for Shimano bicycle parts, like the brakes and stuff. Shimano, I believe is the name of the company, comes from Sakai near Osaka. Pretty cool, huh? The mascot is not a mushroom. Who said that? It's Koyakun. Koyakun is the mascot. Oiseiyu X. Yeah, it's very nice here. All right, let's go through these doors. The rain's starting to come down a little bit. We've lucked out. I didn't think we'd be able to go anywhere before the rain hit, but because we can go inside. Let's just have a quick look-see. Because of social distancing and stuff, I'm probably not going to go in there. It's kind of too crowded, I think. People should be staying 2 meters away from each other, but it's very hard. People don't do that sometimes. So, I'll leave going in there for your trip here, okay? Did everybody see Tokyo Eye? I was in Tokyo Eye yesterday. It's on demand on NHK World right now. Tokyo factories and the coronavirus and how they're coping and battling it in their own way. John and Chris talk from the studio as the show Tokyo Eye changes its shifts from tourism to battling COVID-19. I'm proud to be a part of that amazing show on NHK World. Check it out on demand now. Yeah, we reviewed a face shield and the world's thinnest rubber band, which is being used to make masks. It's pretty cool. I kind of snatched a couple of those thinnest rubber bands and gonna give them to Kanai. I don't know what she's gonna use it for. All right, never step on this, step over it. But don't step on it. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Whoa! Ramsey silent will not be silent. Thanks, man. You got it. I'll get something for Kanai at Osaka Station on the way back. Or I'll buy it from here. It's got more symbolism. Good call, man. Good call. Never come home empty-handed. And I gotta go back and get some mochi. Jeff Roberts, thank you. And Robin Smith, coffee on me. You got it. I'm gonna drink that on the Shinkansen, okay? I just had a coffee. I'm gonna get one on the Shinkansen for sure because I'm gonna need that extra pep to stay awake. And somebody asked about this here. This is good. Somebody asked about this. So before you go into temples and shrines, they have a place where you can wash your hands, but they've removed all of the ladles because of COVID-19. So everybody kind of knows that you can come here, but nobody's washing their hands anymore unless you bring your own. I guess somebody did. So. Right, Ronald, the little air washing. All right, and that's about it. I'm gonna take you down to Joki-in, which is where I spent the night. We can cross the street over there. These guys with the lightsabers are doing their job. Good job, guys. Ganbatte kudasai. That was a pretty amazing walk, and we've seen most of Koyasan, the town area, which is a World Heritage Site from 2004. This whole area became a World Heritage Site, and that's pretty cool. It's protected, and I think it should be on everybody's itinerary. And I'm here to scout. I'm here to scout this out, so I will be back. That's the bell that we heard this morning. They were ringing this bell like 2 a.m. too. That's all cool and all that, but I didn't get as much sleep as I probably should have. The Rokuji no Kane bell. This bell was built in 1618 by the feudal lord Fukushima Masanori, an important retainer of Toyotomi Hideyoshi in memory of his mother. Oh, that's the mama story. The bell was recast by Masanori, a son of Masatoshi, in 1630. It is rung at even hours every day between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. Somebody was ringing something at 2 a.m. They really like bells here. It's very easy to get around here. Everything is in English, and almost every Shukubo, look at that old post box. Almost every Shukubo has people who speak English. It's fascinating. Jerry Batorne, 5-5 Horai for you and Kanai. Oh, how did you know? How did you know? Somebody's been here before. Somebody's been here before. Jerry knows. And it's right off of the Shinkansen platform. You better believe it. I'm gonna get some butaman or something, shumai or something there for Kanai. Kanai's getting all, she's gonna be loaded up with goodies from the region. That's funny that you knew. I always stop there, and when I came into Osaka a couple days ago, there was nobody there. So I'll be able to get some of that. I'm sure they're gonna be busier today. Yeah, Horai 7. That's funny. 551. It's a magic number for Kansai. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this live stream from Central Koyasan. If you liked it, click the like button so you encourage me to keep making this kind of content, and subscribe if you want to join me on these live. If you're watching this in playback, if you subscribe, you'll be able to join me on this trip. Look at the cars go this way, the people go this way. How nice is that? Good for pilgrims. I don't know if I'm going to do another live stream from Osaka, but if I do, maybe. I've done so many from Osaka, Shin Osaka Station before. It's not anything new, but it might be for fun. But I will report to you tomorrow about the conditions. The situation in Tokyo has been getting worse. And I know Kanai is very, very worried about the situation. She's in Tokyo right now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to travel again for a while. We're going to see what shapes up over the weekend. And I'll give you an update, travel update. This is very important, especially for people who are living here in Japan, either on Friday or next week, very early, to let you know about the situation here in Japan, because it's changing so much over the course of the next 3 months. And if you're thinking about coming to Japan in the fall and in the spring, if it's possible, these travel updates will keep you up to date. So then you kind of have had an idea of what the shape and situation of Japan is and where it's evolving from. That's really important, I think, if you're going to be traveling here, even in the near future. These travel updates, I think, have some value. And it also reminds me of where we came from. In about 3 years, when this is over with, it's going to be interesting to look at these travel updates and remember how tough of a time that we had and how many people had to cancel their trips because of it. And I'm sorry if you had to cancel yours, but until you can make it, I'm here for you. So thanks so much for becoming a member, for supporting today, and I'll see you in the next live stream really, really soon. Bye, everybody.